Hello and welcome, all you lords and ladies of fate. You've once again found yourselves in the self-proclaimed only TTRPG stream that allows you, the viewer, to significantly impact the stories being told on your screens. In order to do so, you must spend fate chips. These are our loyalty points that you earn just by watching, following, hosting, subscribing, or even just engaging us in chat. You then use those fate chips to heal your favorite players, summon a custom item, or make players say silly things. You can even force the adventures into random encounters. Tonight we're playing Rift by Palladium Books, set in a post-apocalyptic future where Rift has opened doorways up to other dimensions, unleashing all manner of magical beasts and mayhem, uh, while magic ley lines crisscross the earth. Tonight we have with us April playing as Sophia, the Atlantean mind melder. Next, we've got Bill playing as Demetrius, the Atlantean Voyager. Lost my page. Then we've got Michael playing as Rembrandt Brown, the Weapon X super spy. And Chance playing as Felix, the human totem aware.
How?
And myself, playing Illustra Craft, the human princess sign nullifier. And then to mitigate the will of the fates, we have Julian as our GM.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Riders in a Storm, Chapter 6 of our story of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse. Some of you might be asking, what is this Guide to the Megaverse? We've only been on one world. Don't worry, we'll get there. But for now, our heroes journey further on towards Medhaven, and doing this gets caught in quite a blizzard. They use quite a lot of time to find some shelter, but even the greatest of wilderness survivalists cannot find a single thing, mainly because of bad roads. They discover that normal animals, however huge they may be, non-supernatural animals I might add, does have a hard time in a blizzard. So Lenny became the home of many a being for a time, some of them quite big. Slick the ferret filled most of the compartment, and Toto the horse, or Bill, or whatever we land on, was shoved in the back, much to the dismay of Dr. Forsyth. After a bit of, well, research is not really reconnaissance, let's put it like that, they spotted something moving around in the blizzard. Chance opened his mind to the spirit worlds and got loads and loads of pain and anguish. Much to my own surprise, he delved deeper into this pain and anguish, which attracted some very nasty spirits that attacked Lenny and yourself. Well, not so much yourself as much as your kitchen.
They
turned
got my
all your
beef
rations.
jerky.
They got your beef jerky and your egos. They got everything. Even the ketchup is now dust. As the spirits ran away, or just departed because maybe they'd finished, you discussed what you were going to do now, and you had to somehow calm these spirits in pain and anguish. And then you heard a knocking on Lenny, and outside you saw a leathery old crone saying that she might be able to help. After a lot of ceremonial stuff from Felix, showing respect to this very ancient, probably shaman of some sort. She wanted to tell you further what could be done and invited you to her home, a small hut not far from Lenny. And that is where you find yourself at the moment. It's a very comfortable hut, really. Fire is burning. There's a couple of extra blankets in the corner of the room that you can probably sleep on if you're lucky. The fire is also boiling some sort of soup. There's bones and furs and other stuff around. And she motions for you to take your seat around the fire.
Well, I'll sit down.
Yeah, I'll join around the fire. Apologize for not having anything to offer.
It's all dust.
I'll join too.
Sure. Let's sit down.
Good, good. Sit down. Relax, young ones.
What is Dr. Forsyth doing?
He's waiting for the cue of everybody else and then sits down when most of you have sat down.
I just wanted to ask him, I was like, earlier we were discussing, how Felix was sensing my presence and what he could detect. You mentioned the word psionics, and I was just curious, what is that?
That is maybe a discussion for where we have more time. But basically it's powers from the mind, telepathy, telekinesis, stuff like that.
What she does.
All right, then. Maybe another time we can get more into it.
Well, I am glad you took me up on my offer, young ones. I am Gentle Dream, elemental shaman of the Iroquois tribe. You have come at an auspicious time, for I am in need of help from brave young heroes such as yourself.
Is it from those things that turn all food into dust?
They are part of the problem, yes. Serving the one who has been freed.
One who has been freed?
Indeed.
Freed from what?
Not long ago, intruders from the east entered our lands. Men of metal, with heads of skulls.
The Death's Heads. Coalition.
The spirits tried to dissuade them, but they went on regardless, and entered a place of unholiness,
Can I ask you
corruption.
something?
Yes,
You said they try to stop him. They try to.
dissuade them, yes.
How do they actually do that?
Mainly by sending them dreams and such.
Did they physically interact with them?
No.
Okay.
The Coalition Death's Heads. They don't know when to quit. They will keep pushing to try to exterminate everything that isn't them.
They are no longer among us. Maybe that is nature's way of balancing out. But they did go into the unholy site, and that released something old and dark. A being of hunger. A being called the Wendigo.
The Vendigo. Spirit, lore, demons, and monsters.
Sure.
Roll,
Law magical creatures would also do.
roll 1d1.
I'll ask her, what is a Wendigo?
Less than.
I'll just wait for his result and see if he already knows it, but otherwise she will tell you more. Well, she'll tell you more anyway, but I'll just see if he knows it anyway.
Yeah, got it in half.
Then you are familiar with the story she's about to tell. Once, long ago, when these lands were pure, many of my people lived in nature's balance. Then the men from the east who sailed on their great boats came. Many horrors were visited upon us. But they did not know the forest like we do. And they tried to live where they should not, where no food abounds, where no water is to be had. Supplies dried up, hunger set in. And they prayed to their God for salvation. But their God did not listen. Other things did. And out of their prayers and belief, a creature was shaped, a creature of hunger, who thought only of feeding. It came to them one by one and made them eat. Eat the only thing that was available. Their friends, their family, and then in the end themselves.
Ooh, that takes a powerful
Lord.
spirit to make that happen.
Indeed.
Sounds kind of gross.
That is understating it, child. Now,
We're familiar with
sorry.
Sophia and I are familiar with other evils that have a hunger like that. They are called vampires, but this doesn't sound like a vampire.
I know of the creatures you speak, and they are alike, but are not the same.
What
They
is
would
it?
not come where there is so much water.
So what can we do to free the spirits? If we get rid of the Wendigo, will it free these trapped spirits that I sensed?
If you destroy it, then yes, its hold over this place will be released. It resides in the place of unholiness, where the men with skull helmets
And where did
came.
they go? Where was
Not far from here, north, some hills. I can show you the way, and I can protect you temporarily from the storm. I suggest not all of you go then, though, she says, and looks at David and Dr. Forsyth. These two seem like they would not survive the journey.
Yeah, that
She notably does not look at Illustra, by the way.
I give her my ring and I asked her, does she notice anything about this or can tell me anything about it?
This is a mighty gift from a creature of magic. It signifies friendship and will protect you when you need it most.
Protect me from what?
Who knows? This world is unpredictable when it comes to that. She hands it back. It is not dangerous for you anyway.
Does this when did it go have weaknesses?
It is always hungry. But other than that, no.
I mean, I've known a couple gentlemen like that, but
Not that kind of hunger, my child.
And this is a spirit, not a beast.
It is both. It is of this world and of others.
When you said this world is unpredictable like that, what did you mean?
Many dangers abound. What puts this young man in danger I cannot foresee, for it could be robot, it could be god, it could be dragon.
I see.
How do we defeat it? Will strength of arms suffice to defeat it? And if the coalition soldiers couldn't defeat it with strength of arms, how can we?
Because you are not like them. You possess abilities. Your soul burns bright. Theirs was non-existent.
Does this creature come out at night? Does it matter? Or a particular time of day?
The time of day does not matter, but it does not need to come out. It just sends its minions. Like I said, it resides in its home, its former prison.
How big is it?
The home is a former prison?
Indeed.
Like
It
a
is
prison of
quite large.
men or a spirit prison?
The prison where it resided.
Does this?
Is it an
Okay.
old prison of men?
No, but where it was caught by my people.
A spirit prison.
Are we able to get it back into that prison?
I don't think so. The walls are broken, and we no longer know the secrets that was used.
So we have to kill it?
Kill it is a strange word when it comes to this, but disperse it, yes. It is not really neither alive nor dead.
We can drive it away from the world and back from whence it came.
Do you have anything that helps you detect evil?
I can smell it.
It depends on which evil you speak, young man. If you think of the evil that resides in the heart of men, then nothing but your instincts can tell you that. If you think of demonic evil, then there are ways.
I can smell it.
And apparently your friend can smell it.
Not necessarily the evil, but the supernatural of it. And once I recognize the scent of the Wendigo, I'll be able to track it.
But
Assuming I'm not
first,
in a blizzard and starving.
you will eat. You will have your strength. You will not go hungry. For then you have nothing to defend yourself. Sit, eat, rest. Listen to your elders.
Do exactly as she asks.
I will
As
too.
well as helping
Yeah.
out with chores.
She pours you all a cup of this very gooey soup that does smell wonderful. But you don't really recognize the things within. It might be meat, it might be vegetable, it might be something else you don't really know.
And Felix might not care.
I was gonna say at this point.
It's either this or powdered ketchup.
yeah, definitely.
I let the horse try it.
The horse, you have brought the horse and the ferret?
I thought they were with us, no?
They're in the car.
You can, I guess. I probably be a bit difficult, but you can have brought them if you wanted to.
I could just wait, sit back, and just let's see what the reaction is from them.
Well, I guess what's your reaction? It's very good.
Yeah,
It's something.
I'll eat it without
It's good.
complaint.
I'll give it 25 minutes, about 20 minutes before I dig in.
Once you dig in, save versus poison. No.
I'd
It
be
is
sure to
very nice.
thank you.
It does taste really good, and it gives you a strong heat within that you really needed. It does make you a bit more drowsy. The smoke in itself makes you drowsy within, and you do have an urge to sleep soon. If not here, then somewhere at least.
You know you're supposed to puff puff pass, right?
It's all around the room. You don't need to pass it on. Just breathe, really. And she assigns you some cuts if you want to sleep before going forth.
Rest. Speak with the. I'll open my senses back out to the spirits again, just to listen once more. Maybe my fox totem spirit will help out too. Doesn't need to. Very rarely does, unless it's dire, because I'm already doing what it wants me to do. But I'll keep my senses open, and then kind of meditate and sleep.
Cool.
I want to ask Dr. Forsyth, how does he protect from magic and psionics on this world?
Really, the very uncomfortable answer is to be a magician or psychic. There's no real technology that does it.
Not totally true. It was technology that created the Dog Boys, and the Dog Boys can sense it, allowing
Well,
technology to defeat it.
Indirectly, that is correct. That is correct. And on the same lines, something you could do while not being one of these is to be friends with some of these, which will help. Some of the practitioners can actually protect others with their powers, much like I think our young lady over here seems to be able to do.
Huh?
Oh, there's nothing.
So, that being said, that brings me to my other thought. I want to see what Illustria's doing.
Well, I mean, if she offered us a cot, then I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage of that.
Before she leaves, I want to approach her.
Oh.
Can I ask a favor from you?
Sure.
It's gonna sound weird. Just don't ask, but just go with it, okay?
I mean, I don't fall for that more than once.
I hand her like the cup, the empty bowl, right?
Mhm.
That we was eating. I asked her to spit in it.
Okay.
Not a hawker, but just saliva, if that's possible.
All right. And she'll muster up the best of what she can do after that and spit in it.
I want to add water to it, and I say thank you, and I walk away. I don't show her what I do with the spit.
I don't want to see.
I want to add some water to
I'm
it,
not sure.
or some soup, or maybe some more of that soup that we were eating, and I want to eat it up. My idea is that whatever she's got that nullifies what's ever going on, I want in my body. And I don't know if it's something airborne, if it's something that she's carrying, or if it's something that I can obtain. So I have to try it out and see myself.
Fair enough.
That's
I
disgusting,
guess.
but I like it.
I have to try it out.
You do this, nothing particularly happens, other than you getting, well, not more drowsy, but more full from eating the food.
Then I make a note that how it didn't work. But then I'll wait 24 hours to see if it, kicks in or spit.
Okay. You probably come to the conclusion that you should probably have some sort of DNA tester to see if something happens inside of you, because you probably won't be able to feel if something happens. But yeah, you're on your way.
Well, if I feel, I would ask Demetrius to hit me with something good to test out my theory.
Stab me with your flame sword. Okay. Nope. Still works.
Oops.
Anyway, does everybody go to sleep?
Yeah, I'll go
Yes,
ahead.
but I want to be sure to thank her for her hospitality and appreciate everything
Yes.
she's done.
Oh yeah,
Food was
I
wonderful.
will help her. If she needs wood chopped or something cleaned or something cut and skinned or any chores
No,
that
no.
she needs done as you know.
You need strength. You need your strength. Sleep, young man. You are a warrior and should fight, and you will do so soon.
Can I help clean up or anything? Or
Now, what did I just tell him? The same applies to you.
Grumpy old lady. Do what the grumpy old lady says.
just trying to be respectful.
I'm sure she's got people for that.
People. Well, kind of, yes. Sort of.
Do you need it?
Sorry?
No, it's just being funny.
Anyway, you all go to sleep, and I don't know how your character's sleeping habits usually are, but you all fall asleep very quickly. And you all have very, let's call them psychedelic dreams of changing landscapes. Not necessarily the same changing landscapes, but flying islands and riding rainbows and riding in raindrops. Stuff like that, you know, usual stuff. However, you all see in this great chaotic acid trip something emerging every now and then. It's a face, but it's a face covered in cloth. And around the cloth are chains binding the face, holding it back.
Man, she's got some really good spit.
Oh, dude. And then you hear the face saying, I am like the dreamer who dreams and then lives inside a dream. And then you sort of drift away into the rest of this tranquil trip. Now, I would very much like those of you who have law magic to roll me a law magic roll. Law psychics will actually also do if you have that, and take the highest, whichever.
We do not. You know nothing. You know nothing.
Holy crap. No. This is,
The
this is a
opposite of
dinosaur.
nothing.
What?
You know everything, whether it's right or
Would I
not.
be able to,
Bad rolls.
would I be able to check it on the occult library?
No, because it's more like a feeling or something like that. It's not really the words themselves. So you'd have to have experience.
I didn't make mine either.
Nope.
So nobody knows what this is about.
No. You have a very nice rest, and you wake up the next morning. You think it's still blowing and screaming outside, so you're not really sure. But you think it's morning. You feel rested as though it's morning.
All right.
Well, prep up, look around. If the old lady's still there.
Oh yes, she is stirring a new pot. Well, took you long enough. Get up.
And
Well,
I'm
next
up.
time, don't
grab
make
my
it so
things,
strong.
Kick them awake.
Watch pot never boils anyway.
Always watch your pot, child. Otherwise, you'll get burnt food.
Wise words.
Wise words. May we have some of that to go?
This is the red man head.
Well, you can't really I guess you can take a bowl if you want to. It'll freeze outside. It won't be any good. But yeah.
Freeze it.
We can get some more when we get
I'll
back
put it in my canteen.
on our return.
Yeah, I'll take one of my canteens and I'll fill up my canteen with the soup. You never.
It'll be hell to clean out that canteen afterwards, but for now, you have soup.
Okay.
And she goes over to you, Felix, and gives you directions that only a man who lives in nature would ever be able to follow. But you get her drift. You should be able to follow the directions, at least on it, until you get some sort of scent, which should be pretty strong, according to what she's saying about the whole big evil thing. Do you do anything else before leaving Gentle Dream?
I don't take a whole lot of prep. I have a loincloth. I have some feather shoulder
I'm gonna
pads.
brush my hair, make sure that looks good.
Is it is this place like is it a magical place? Like, can I feel the magic here?
Oh yes, there is magic in the hut. A lot of it going on.
Can I feel the love tonight?
Oh, sorry?
Can I feel the love tonight?
Can you feel? No. I take the chance then to meditate and also to fill my crystals at my waist, make sure that their PPE is restored.
it's not a ley line, so it's not that kind of magic place. It just does a lot of spells in the area.
Oh, okay. So, is there any way to refill these crystals any other way?
With your own PPE, you could definitely just regenerate and just put it in.
And then I just cool. I'll do that then.
What you doing?
Powering up.
You
doing
just use your normal PPE regeneration, and you just put it in wherever you want. Badumch. Anyway, you go forth into the storm once more, and even though you definitely feel some sort of protection, it is still quite chilly. Especially for those of you who really should be wearing more clothes.
Not used to the cold.
Yeah,
I mean, I am
yeah.
from Montana, or North Dakota, but still.
The Atlanteans are not much better off, I would add, since you need to have access to your tattoos. Not much clothing is there, and that makes you cold. Very cold, especially you, Demetrius.
So I want to ask Demetrius if I'm like, man, I had a really crazy dream last night, and I took something before I went to bed. So I don't know if what's going on, and I'd like to find out. So would you please hit me with something soft, some of your magic or psionic, whatever stuff you got, something soft, and see if that has any effect.
Let's see. I can try. Let's see here. Let's see what I can hit you with.
I have a portable CD player.
Have the same.
She just throws a portable CD player.
I do. On my lips.
Well, I see them off talking. I'm gonna go over to Felix and be like, "Man, that Rembrandt guy, he's a little weird. He asked me to spit in a cup last night, and then I don't know what he did with it, but it made me a little uncomfortable."
And did you?
Yeah, well, I mean, what am I gonna say now?
He could have asked for more, and he just asked for spit. I mean,
At least
could have been
that's his
worse.
If his kink doesn't get any worse, then I guess that's okay.
I just think we should keep an eye on him.
Just yes, nicely.
Many an odd conversation goes on as you walk into the blizzard. What kind of weird magic or psionic are you throwing at Rembrandt, Demetrius?
I don't have anything that's not going to possibly kill you. So, how about I have?
There's no second chances with you, huh?
It's die
No,
or die.
second chance. I train for one reason and one reason only, and that is to obliterate my enemy.
Yes. All right, so Sophia.
Sophia has some lighter things that maybe she could try.
So I let her know, and I say, hey, Sophia, I need you to do me a favor, please. I said,
Don't spit in a cup.
No, I just
Don't do
say,
it.
hit me with something
This time
soft.
you need to.
I was gonna say.
I tell her that I think I protected myself last night from this stuff that you guys got going on. I'm just testing out a theory. So hit me with something soft if you got it. I just want to see if it affects me. Magic or psionics would help.
Okay, try and I would say the easiest thing to do would do a side diagnosis on him.
Okay.
And see if he has anything weird about him. That would tell you. Like if he's got a genetic disorder or a change in his genetics or a disease or anything like that, it would tell you.
Okay. I'll do that.
Sure. Well, you do see a rather odd genetic structure, not quite human. Definitely something going on there, but probably the same that you've checked before. Nothing seems to be happening, nothing new. He might be developing some sort of, I don't know, cold or something he might have contracted through bodily fluids. But otherwise, no.
All right. I'm going to say, well, does she let me know that?
Sure.
All right.
Kinda.
I
You'll be alright.
look disappointed.
Pat him on the shoulder.
You'll be alright.
Go awake, sicko.
Come back to me in like 6 to 10 hours and we'll check again.
All right. All right, we'll see.
Excellent.
That was a good dream, though. I don't know.
Yeah, we all had, I guess, a weird dream. Did you have a dream?
I think you had better dreams than we did.
Well, like I remember a face in chains,
Yeah.
cloth. Does anybody else remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Oh,
But it was covered in cloth.
That was a shared.
And they
I've
shared
heard about
something
people having
about-
shared dreams
Yeah.
before.
Is that one of those psychic things? Am I getting psychic powers now? Is that what
Hold
happened?
on,
It
hold
might
on,
be.
hold on.
This world has powerful influences that can just generally affect everyone. Doesn't necessarily mean you're special. It means that you're affected just like everyone else is.
Did y'all fall asleep pretty quick? I mean, I think I had the best night's sleep I had in a long time.
Yeah. I think that was the potion or whatever she fixed for us was just very good.
She poisoned us. So
No, if you were poisoned, she would see that in her diagnosis. She.
I don't feel poisoned.
I'm just saying, I met the fairies, right? They did something to me. It didn't kill me, but it was weird and wonky, right? Now I'm coming over here with this shaman, elemental shaman, and she's giving me this stuff, and now it's all wonky. I'm just saying, I want to stay away from all of this stuff. I don't know what it is you guys got and what you're doing, but I need to figure it out so I can be better protected. That's all. That's all I'm trying to do.
So,
Just
the
stick
Great
next to the pond.
Spirit has imbued all of us with a soul of magic, of pure spiritual energy. And upon our passing from this material realm into the realm of the spirits, that energy is released into more energy that is going to the world, into the plants, into the spirits, into the skies, and into the wind, to the earth.
Are you sure the soul's speaking to you?
I think I just like sitting down and smoking a peace pipe. That's a,
It's the circle of life.
Yeah, that does sound like shamanism to me. By the way, Dr. Forsyth,
He's unless you wanted him to come with you to the dangerous place, he stayed at the hut with David.
he stated.
oh yeah, that's right, stay behind. Quick question, what do you guys know about Shakespeare?
I don't think I've ever seen a spirit like that before.
Every once in a while.
I mean, if it's a good spirit, it shouldn't rattle when you shake it.
He's a writer, poet.
Why did they call him Shakespeare? Was he a warrior too? Like a warrior poet? Those are some very fantastic people.
That that does maybe he was maybe he shook people.
Oh, I want to be a warrior poet.
Maybe that is how they got his name. I don't know, but it was mentioned when we were in the maze by the Fairy Queen. On my Earth, there is a Shakespeare, but he died a long time ago. If your Shakespeare died a long time ago, I can figure out how the length of time I might be represented on this Earth. Is it 100 years in the future? Is it 1,000 years? Is it an alternate future? What? You know, I'm
Maybe
trying to.
when we get to this lab of the doctor, there is some historical information there. Maybe there's some sort of history.
Maybe you
Stuff.
frame it that way.
Yeah. Okay. Just curious. Trying to piece things together.
Our myths and legends wouldn't register that a single white man warrior poet.
Yeah.
He would have been a very powerful white man spirit warrior to be mentioned in anything.
You never know.
There's many great and powerful men and women who have risen and fallen.
But if you did write about gods and all that good stuff,
Gods, yes, he did write of gods.
so maybe he talked to them.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'm not really from this world, so I don't know.
Mighty man.
Anyways, it's cold. Anybody else cold?
Yeah, I'm pretty cold.
Anybody else cold?
This armor you guys got me in the beginning was really good.
Yeah, you're not
Little chilly.
Yeah.
Demetrius and Felix especially is going around really, really freaking cold. Well, anyway, you do wander for quite some time. Felix, you are able to follow the instructions well, but again, you really wish you brought a carpet, a blanket or something. But you can all do me perception checks as you trek north towards this unholy place of terrors.
Does this have anything to do with vampires?
It has nothing to do with vampires. Nattle 20 from Remy.
Or 1d20, yeah.
After the, good night's sleep and meal, I'm a little more aware of my surroundings and not just rolling fail.
Not me.
Oh,
No,
Yeah.
Demetrius, Elastra, and Sophia notice nothing. Chance and Remy, well, Felix and Remy, you definitely do notice something, though. As you, as Felix, you are approaching very close by to the place you were supposed to go. You both notice something buried in the snow. It's definitely not a plant or anything like that. It seems like sort of blackish metal.
I use my X-ray.
You see something that looks like a metal head of some sort. I'm gonna reveal something in roll 20. It's over there, so I'm gonna put
Yes.
It looks
I see.
like just a minute. Wrong button.
Yes.
Right button. Ha 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 ha.
That said,
You notice this, Remy.
Skellabot.
Here you go. Picture that.
How far away is it from us?
It's right below you, about 15 centimeters down in the snow.
I'll brush
Below
it
us?
off and pick it up.
You don't really, you both see it, you can take it up too. Then you also notice this, and Felix, you see this is most definitely not a Skellabot. You know Skelebots. You fought plenty of Skelebots. They are much more skeletal.
But this is definitely
Well,
robotic
I look-
of some sort.
Oh yes.
Soulless of some sort.
I use my X-ray, and what kind of internals does it have?
Robotics, very sophisticated. You don't have any robotic skills, do you?
No, not robotic. Mechanical,
do you,
electronics.
yeah, you do. Do you have the basics of both of those?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, then you can see that it is quite sophisticated, even for your planet. This is a robot that is made to last and probably has some sort of not AI. Yes, an AI, but not a neurological AI.
What about power source?
Probably not in the head. You see some connections here and there that could probably lead to something down in the body. You do notice that it is built kind of like a very enlarged skeleton. Some of the neck is still there.
The power source, can I identify the power source or recognize what a power source would look like and figure out where it is centered on the body?
Well, there isn't a body, it's only the head.
Oh, it's only
But you could
Sorry.
probably guess it's around the chest. It had been around the chest.
And does it look of this Earth or another Earth?
It's definitely of this Earth, at least according to
Of
in
this
my
Earth.
own opinion.
Yeah, I would say it kind of fits with technology you've seen so far. It does seem a bit more sophisticated than most of the things you've seen, but the main structure kind of fits together with what you've seen so far.
Does it have a port that I can interface with?
Nope.
We do have somebody with telemechanics, don't we?
Yes.
You do.
Me.
All right, take lead.
I
We
hand
can
her a
access
robot head.
him.
Well, the problem is the robot head has no power, so you can't use it. So telemechanics really won't do anything other than you knowing that it's a robot head.
What about psychosymmetry? Don't we have something like that?
Object read?
That, however, is something completely different.
I'd know for something from
Yeah, she can read objects, so try and get an impression. You have to roll a percentage though for that. So
Sophia, do you want to object read the metal skull? Yes.
What do I roll?
Depends kind of what you're looking for, really. There's some options in the power, and you choose which kind of image you want, and then you can roll that percentile.
I'm trying to get to the page as soon as I can find it.
impressions. All right, try first for impressions at 56% and see what you get. So 1d100.
Oh, that's a very nice roll.
Yes.
You develop feelings from him.
Feelings.
It becomes your bestest of friends. It is named Murray.
His name's Murray.
Yo, Maury, what's up?
Ah, good Murray. I knew him well.
Sorry, Robovich.
And he just wants to be your friend.
Oh.
Murray, the invincible demonic skull.
Bill beat me to the Shakespeare line.
Be or not to be. Not to be right.
Not to be.
And you're going for the impressions of just general ownership and stuff like that for the moment, right?
Correct. Yeah, like past impressions, where he might have traveled from, what he experienced before he got beheaded.
Well, the funny thing is that there's not a lot of feeling around in this robot skull because it's been autonomous away from sentient beings for some time. You do get a certain sense as the last real thing that's going around it of something with claws ripping it off its body. However, you do get some earlier impressions because that's kind of the only thing that's stuck on it. You see a small settlement being gunned down, massacred, and the settlement being completely destroyed.
Wait a minute. We assumed it was the coalition when she said Metal Man
Yes.
and Skullface. Is it possible that we're looking at what she was referring to?
Maybe.
Oh,
Definitely.
I would assume so.
You also, even further back, get an impression of a dark room. Strange sensation of home, which you really shouldn't get from a robot. And a voice. The voice of, well, God, really. Commanding it to go forth in the world.
Okay, so it's creator of some sort.
Yes, indeed.
And I share all that with y'all.
Is the voice familiar to what you heard last night in the dream?
The voice in the dream was probably female, you're not quite sure. This voice was more mechanical, and if it had a gender, it would be male, but it's hard to actually hear with a mechanical voice. Had a
Okay.
sort of male tone to it, though.
All right, well, we've established that it's not coalition.
We did.
It is of some sort of technological creation,
It's just new coalition.
and it's been used to destroy a town or something, of course.
Destroys towns.
A lot of people destroy towns, unfortunately. That's the problem here. But without seeing another one, we wouldn't be able to tell.
Hey, you with the
There
X-ray
is-
vision, keep your eyes open.
There is something, Felix, when it comes to the coalition thing, because, again, you have looked at a lot of coalition stuff. And yes, they do use skulls, but it's human skulls. This is kind of important, not this weird fang-like
That's
thing.
true.
This doesn't look like anything the coalition would make. It looks too demonic.
Which is fair, but Felix really hates the coalition and applies pretty much if it is scully, robotic, and black, it's coalition and deserves to die.
Oh yes.
So,
Do you?
Okay.
It's a cool
That's the best.
faceplate.
keep your eyes open as we move
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah.
Well, Felix, please do me a sense. The supernatural evil tracking road?
I think you have a sense of it.
Barely, but I made it.
You slowly tune in from all the noise of spirits screaming in anguish and hunger. One presence.
Demetrius, did you shower this morning?
One presence, however, does separate from all of these anguished beings as, well, a being in anguish, but more causing pain than feeling it. And you go towards that direction as you all notice the silhouette of small hills. And you see other small parts, well, not small, but human-sized parts of robots, it seems. Again, slightly skeleton-shaped. There's a hand, a bit of a breastplate. But all with these same proportions that is very strange when you think about Skelepods usually. There seem to have been quite a few of them. And the, what should we call it, the trail of robotic destruction ends at a cave. And as you look inside, you see what is what probably was a very, very strong door at some point. An armored door that's been peeled like a can from inside.
Do spiritual creatures usually go after robots?
No, not most of the spirits you know.
If
But
they're
you don't really know a lot about robots, I guess.
They'll defend themselves if threatened, but this Wendigo isn't. It isn't a neutral spirit creature. It is an evil entity more than spirit. It is partially of the spiritual world, but it is not necessarily a spirit.
Rembrandt, you definitely recognize the door and the entrance as something that looks like a military bunker of some sort. You've infiltrated enough of these in your time. Doesn't seem like a
Excellent.
big place, but still.
Does it? I would like to. Does it have hinges that I can manipulate?
It seems like a door that went from the ceiling and down automatically, and now it is down, and it would probably be impossible to actually open for real because it's bending outwards, so it wouldn't. But you can go through. The hole is definitely big enough for people to go through.
Well, I can scout on ahead if you keep your eyes on me and come calling if you hear some barking.
Yeah, and I'm going to I'm going to go with you, but I'm going to turn on my dark sun powers, my black sun powers. Therefore, I can see with night vision for 600
Nice.
feet. Even in magical darkness, I can also see shadow beasts. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to.
I have a night vision scope if anyone needs it.
Oh, I can't see in the dark.
I have
So,
perfect.
So why
vision
don't you
for
guys just kind of hang out here for a second?
extraordinarily keen vision and smell and senses.
So, does everybody enter?
Oh wait, I've got one of these that she pulls out a flashlight.
it's not a bad idea, actually. Whoever's been in here is accustomed to darkness.
All right, you three stay
Yeah.
back here. Demetrius, you're with me. Stay behind me. Stay quiet. Since you can see in the dark, you'll be able to see me. Small
Yeah.
fox form, prowl, scout forward.
Very well. You enter the bunker and go down the stairs that takes you a while, but you get about what would be the equivalent of 3 stories below ground. And I did place you over there. Good. And as you can see pretty well, you see a room that probably looks like it would be some sort of guard rooms to protect the insides from anyone going in here that wasn't supposed to. The blue screens that you see are windows that are now completely cracked. And you notice some skeletons within in military fatigues slumped over their stations of computers that is probably not functioning anymore, but does seem like they used to be sort of high-tech. You also notice a door at the end with another giant hole.
I want to check the tags. Do they have any dog tags?
Yes, they do. Do you have intelligence as a skill?
I believe. Let me check. I also want to check, like, do they have any insignias or anything that will identify them? I have military etiquette.
Oh yeah, sure. Roll that. That's fine.
Okay, 37. Did not make it.
They were definitely soldiers, and they had names. That much you know.
Okay. Well, what about the insignias?
It seems like most of them were mid-grade soldiers, but you're not really sure with that role.
Okay, so I can record and I'll take a still, so I can review later.
Sure. While he's doing that, what do the rest of you do?
Detect ambush in the next area.
Yep.
You could probably fix them after.
Still not a great roll.
You don't detect an ambush, but when you look through, you see that there's another skeleton right outside. But no ambushes. Demetrius, what do you want to do?
I'm going to follow the fox until I know what's going on. But I can see him perfectly in the dark, so just going to stick with the fox until something pops up, and then I'll spring into action.
Okay. Then you see the same thing. Sophia, what do you do?
The telekinetics that can only be used. I mean, telemechanics only be used to fix it. I can't actually see what's on the machine.
You can see what the machine is for. You know exactly how to use the machine, but you can't give it power. So if it's not connected to anything, you can't, for example, read what's on a hard disk. But you can, if you equip it to a computer, you can definitely use any sort of technology, really, as long as it's active at a very high percentage. But no, everything here seems to be long dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my lights
Oh,
on.
okay.
I have computer operations. Is there anything I can do to?
No. If you had computer repair and some time, you might be able to repair some of it, but definitely not all of it.
Have you turned it off and turned it back on again?
A power source would be key to actually getting anything.
I want to take it with me. I want to dismantle and take whatever I can. Not now, but before we leave.
Well, you probably noticed that some of this stuff is probably worth something, if nothing else, is antiques.
Well, it's got information on it, right? It's got a hard drive, a desktop.
Probably.
So, yeah, a mid-tower or something. I want to definitely look into that.
But yeah, like I said, you noticed that for now these 4 skeletons, they all seem to have died rather suddenly, and quite long ago. They all have military fatigues on. They seem like they're soldiers.
Are they armed?
No. Well, yes, they do have sidearms. That seems like they have pretty much been melted into sort of slag, but they still are at the sidearm place.
Well, what was their cause of death, generally speaking? Like, were they at?
Do you have any
murder?
forensics or something like that? Maybe medical skills of any kind? Biology would do it too.
I have xenology.
Well, it's worth a try. I mean, humans would be another alien race in xenology, so do me a xenology roll. See what happens.
Only 1d100.
Nope, I don't have it.
Hey, I made it. My percentage is 48.
Okay. Well, you do notice something. You're not quite sure what killed them at first, because they do have some broken bones, but they could be from just falling over, being hit by something. There's not really any foreign objects lodged, mainly because they're skeletons and they wouldn't be lodged anymore. So no bullets or anything like that. You do notice that the skeleton from within, I'll just point him out just a minute. This guy does seem to have been gnawed upon by something with rather large teeth.
Okay.
But it doesn't seem to be his cause of death.
No. We're dealing with something with very large teeth, gentlemen. If this thing is still around.
Big pointy teeth.
Will anybody have any idea how long these things have been killed?
Obviously, the bodies are turned to skull, just bones and stuff. So I'd say quite a long time.
You definitely say hundreds of years with that Synology roll.
So these things that you say, it would look like it was slashed, bitten.
Well, gnawed, like small teeth marks that's kind of just bitten into the bone.
That goes back to what
Oh, that's cool.
the shaman was saying, that it's always hungry, it's always feeding.
Right.
I guess it would mean literally, in this sense, if it's gnawing on it,
Yeah.
meaning it might have vulnerabilities.
I'm going to pull out my TW Thunder Gun and have it ready in my hand. Just because something with big teeth gnawing on people just doesn't sit well with me.
I can totally get with that. That seems like a good life philosophy.
I go intangible.
Also a very good idea, really, when you get right down to it. But yes.
Draw my weapon.
Do you continue forward?
Chance,
Yep.
do you still smell?
That's a good question. Do I still smell it?
Oh yes, and you are definitely heading towards it. You are also smelling age. This place has not been used for quite some time by any humanity, you might say. You can feel the presence, but no living things have been here for hundreds of years.
Continue padding my way forward.
You
See it. Yes. Sophia's going to do
yep.
something.
Can I do my sea aura?
Yes, you activate your see, or you can't see anything at the moment. Well, you know what? Give me a perception test.
It's going to be 1d20. And you're a multi with a plus. Oh.
No. You don't see any auras about. Well, except for your own friend's aura. The skeletons are skeletons and are quite dead. But you don't notice anything else. When you continue down the hallway, you do notice that it turns for two different doors, one on each side and one at the end of the hallway. This time, the one at the end of the hallway seems to be completely ripped off its, well, hinges is the wrong word, but...
And the closer one is closed?
Yes, indeed. As is the one that is going right from where you're looking.
But the one going... Oh, so there's a door on the left, halfway, door on the right, halfway, and then a big door in the front that's ripped open.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. It is this door that's ripped open.
Okay. I will listen at the first door for a minute. If I don't hear anything,
Yes.
open the door, see what's in.
While you are listening, the rest of you who are not listening at the door can give me a perception test.
Roll for 1d20 for multiples. Sixth sense as well to remind you. So if should anything decide to show itself,
Oh yes, it will work. But everybody except Felix, who is standing by the door like this, notice a plaque by the door that says barracks.
okay.
It's kind of dusty and faded, but
I mean, I'm only like knee-high, so...
oh yes, you're just very focused on listening, and you hear nothing. There's no sound within, and the other one's standing around waiting for you to listen. Notice the sign above the door.
Open the door.
Well, there is this keypad thing going on. Don't really know what to push, to be honest.
Is the
I have to
keypad
get it
powered?
Nope.
So
Hmm.
magnetic locks on
Supernatural
the
strength.
I guess I will just have to take the door off the hinges.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like actually kind of the same thing you've seen with the other doors, that trying to push it in because again it goes up into the ceiling, so pulling it off its hinges is not within your capabilities. But I guess with some time and a few hits, you could probably punch your way through it.
Let's combine forces
well,
here.
before we do
Superman.
that's gonna make a lot of noise.
It is.
Yeah, I just want to see if I can see through the door. Is there like one of those bar presses that bring the door open on the other side, or?
Oh, yes, you see a small, well, not hallway because it's too small to be a hallway, but leading into a room where you do see some, well, small boxes, it seems, footlockers.
But the door itself, it doesn't have a exit release bar that'll open from the other side.
Oh, yes, you can open it from both sides, probably without any form of key card or anything like that, just to press, but for now it's not powered.
Well,
But the door is open. You can open it.
No, well, you can open it if it's powered, yeah. But for now,
Oh.
no, we can't. You can go through it, I guess, because you're intangible.
Right, and on the other side, is there a bar, like, will push and open the door?
Oh, you do go through, is what you're telling me.
Well, I'm seeing if there's anything mechanical on the other side that'll just mechanically push
Like
the
an
door, you know, like a
emergency
safety
opening.
measure.
Ah, fair
Oh,
enough.
no,
You
now the
just
troops aren't
stick your
blocking
head
the
through
entrance.
it like that. Yeah, cool. I'm with you. You do notice one of these great big handlebars. Yes, indeed. And it's in here.
And where are we?
You, at this moment, are peeking your head in here.
Okay, so how far can I see into that room?
Well, about the thing I revealed for now. Do you have any sort of night vision and stuff like that?
I do. I have a night scope and I have an infrared binoculars.
Well, infrared doesn't show you anything. If you put on the night scope, you can probably see a bit further.
Okay.
You can see this.
Wait.
Unless you go further in, of course.
Go in, open
What's
the door.
this on the right here?
It seems like a footlocker with a skeleton arm resting on it.
Okay, so I want to. I tell him, hold on a second. I'm just walk through the door and then I'll push the release and see if we can open it from the inside.
Yes. You go through and become tangible, and you pull the door handle, and as a redemption from one of our dear viewers, you hear a great big crack as it breaks.
Dear Felix, the Feltbringer.
Oh, it was you! You
wasn't
sabotaged
me.
your own group.
It wasn't
Oh.
me.
Another Felix.
But I'm looking in the room. I wouldn't see like some kind of sabotaged.
Oh, you can definitely get into the room and see what in, but the handle that you try to pull does not. It has now broken. So that kind of ruined that plan. But when you get in, I will just reveal the rest of the room. You see a barracks with some people in it, some skeletons, and some beds, and a lot of footlockers.
Is there anything salvageable? Like, do they have weapons? Do they have equipment, rations, anything like?
Well, it'll probably take you a while to actually go through it all. It does, at first glance, it does seem like something should be, at least in the footlockers. Most of the people in there doesn't have their sidearms on them, so they don't look like they have weapons. But they do have some small insignias that's still intact and stuff like that could probably be salvaged. I would say if you wanted to be sure you to look through everything without destroying anything, because it is quite old, it will probably take you about an hour.
No, I just want to see if I can get a quick scan and get a gist of what might be here.
Yeah, it does seem like there should be something here that can be salvaged, but that's the quick scan version.
How did this mechanical? Because I have general repair and mechanics. So how did this lever break? Is there any way I can repair it and reopen it?
You probably could in some way. It broke because of metal fatigue, basically. So you have to kind of reinforce it again.
Okay.
Do me a repair roll, a general repair roll, and see what happens.
Okay, let me find out my. Yep, it's 30%. Okay.
You tricksy viewers.
No.
No, you just can't really get it to work. Maybe with some more time, but for now, no.
Okay, so I leave the area and I just go and let them know what happened and what's going on.
Cool.
I broke the handle.
Well, while he's going inside and looking in the barracks, do any of you other people do anything?
So the group that's like further behind, where are we at compared to everybody else?
You're probably here. Oh, wrong button. Here, unless you move up to actually do some reconnaissance.
I mean, I have pick lock.
Well, the problem is it's an electronic thing, so you should probably with some electronics, and then again, you can't really because it's not powered, so it wouldn't work through hot wire.
I have plastic explosives.
I mean, I could just knock a hole through the door, but that would be loud.
And plastic
Yeah.
explosives would also be very loud.
Right.
So let's just move on to the other door, see if it's open, the one on the right.
Yeah. I'll move down to where this door is and just keep my flashlight trained at the end of the...
Well, at least we know nothing will come out of here and attack us because there's nothing in there but
Unless we can power
skeletons.
this place back on.
So, if I'm just to make sure, Demetrius, Felix, and Rembrandt are around this place for now, unless you tell me otherwise, and Sophia and Illustra are around this place until you tell me otherwise. Cool. The door that you get to, the one to the right, is most definitely locked. You see another one of these terminals that has a system that Rembrandt, you know, is for sure needs some sort of key code to get through. It is not in a working order because of no power. There is also a very big sign with what's really obviously a warning of some sort. Not all the letters are there, but whoever wanted to do the warning sign wanted to really rub it in for people watching their store that they should really not go in here. It would be bad for their health, and they should go away and maybe get a snack.
Achtung!
Are there any symbols like radiation symbols or?
Many symbols. Radiation is definitely one of them. Authorized personnel is another one.
We should definitely go in there.
Well, whatever's in there is probably inert anyway, considering this place is so old.
Just look through the door like you did the last one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there's no peephole in this door. You can't look in on. Well, you can look in if you do the thingy, of course.
Can you just like go intangible and be like, so like here's the door and just be like,
Well, I have X-ray, so I don't need to be in the room. I can just be outside.
Yeah. Well, you have a normal range of vision for that, I guess, don't you?
Yeah.
Then you see this. A long hallway that continues further than you can see at the moment. Unless, of course, you go further in or go through the door and use your night vision goggles. Binocular.
go through the
Sight.
door to see if you can let us in.
Okay. I try that.
You go through, and first of all, while you look through your sight, you see the hallway finishes at another door. You don't see any mechanical release this time. It doesn't seem like the people wanted any emergency escapes or thought they needed it.
Well, I go to let me go to the end and see what I see from here.
Cool. Once again, it's one of these doors with many, many, many warning signals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening very intently at the door in case he hollers.
Cool. You also have some sort of do you have some sort of sensory equipment? I don't remember. Atmospheric sensors and stuff like that, Rembrandt.
Let me see.
I seem to remember you having stuff like that.
Yeah, but I think it was for like radio waves. I can pick up
Do you have anything radiation related? I'm asking for no particular reason.
I mean, I know about disposal of particular.
Do you
But
have
no,
a Geiger counter? Is really what I'm
No.
asking here.
No,
Or dulcimeter.
no, I don't have a Geiger counter.
No. Then you don't notice anything other than the door that, again, warning, 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 do not go in unless you're supposed to go in. Bad stuff will happen or will shoot you, whichever comes first. And you do, when you just peek inside, because you can do that with no problem, really, you see that it continues to another door with more warnings. These time emphasizing that you really shouldn't be in here. Not even you.
But I didn't discover a way to open the door behind me.
No, that it all seems like these great control panels that need some sort of magnetic card to open. They seem to completely disregard people's safety and has put no manual override mechanisms in here.
All right, what do I see right here?
Well, you look inside and see a skeleton. And you do see sort of a pit that goes quite further down. Do you go inside?
Does it look safe?
Well, it looks safe, yes.
Sure. I'll take a look.
Well then, go inside, and I would very much like you to make me a save versus disease, as you see what apparently is a defunct nuclear warhead.
No.
No, it's a D20. You add your PE bonus.
Okay.
Ow! What's your PE bonus? What do you have in PE?
I have 23.
Oh, well, you do have some bonus then.
Yeah, I have a +4 save versus poison magic.
Oh, +4. That is not quite enough. You do get a sort of flash fever. Nothing big. But you do know enough about radiation that that's a sign that you should get the hell out.
Okay, I see the warhead. Anything else?
No, not besides the skeleton and the very deep pit on which the warhead rests, and a ceiling that looks like one of those closing silos.
I want to check the bodies for a keycard. Well, it wouldn't matter anyway because there's no power.
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. You do quickly notice that it doesn't seem like it has a keycard. You in your, not panic, but state of some danger, you almost imagine this man pounding on the door, asking his friends to let him out. He's in kind of a position of that.
All right, I walk through, I look back, and I say, I bet you wish it was me. And I keep going.
Yep, you are no longer in danger of radiation because you passed the doors. You go back, and I think this is where we'll take a small break because I need a new cup of tea. Just before we do that, while Rembrandt has been in there, you have all been waiting around, and Felix and Demetrius has been standing by the destroyed door, and every now and then you sort of hear this heavy breathing coming from north of this map. But we'll get back to that after the break. Be right back. welcome back. Well, as you return, Rembrandt, and tell these new friends of yours about a nuclear warhead, which probably causes some reaction.
Yeah, let him know I was getting sick every time I was getting near the area. It was sealed off anyway. It's probably not good for the environment. It should have been disposed of properly, but I don't think it was.
No, not at all. It seems to have been left behind.
Yeah, you're gonna need a hazmat suit in order to get in there and actually, handle it the way it should be. I wouldn't advise it going further in this area. There's nothing else here anyway. It's just a pit with a warhead.
Then I guess I will start prowling my way through the broken door.
Give me prowl roll.
Yay, I get to try again.
Yes, yes you
Another
do.
shot.
He gets another shot.
Remy takes a note how well they trusted me.
Oh.
Hey, I actually succeeded that time. Woohoo!
You enter a room that looks like this. And as you do into the room, please roll for sense magic in use. And Atlanteans, I seem to remember you having a similar ability of sensing magic in use. If you do, please roll it.
I'm still smelling for the Wendigo too much to
More
smell
of an
the
innate
magic.
power. Ours is more of an innate power because we're so used to having magic around us that we just know.
I think
So
Illustria has a sixth sense.
That's more danger related.
Yeah, it's like reactive.
Which will also activate at some point, but do you just automatically sense that there's magic near you, Bill?
Well, I think even dog boys, if it's in use, they kind of just.
Well, let's just for now say that it works no matter the rolls. It's more fun that way. Well, your hair stands on your neck, Felix, and the two Atlanteans sense a strange current running through the place. As you all sort of hear clacking of bone.
What's that noise?
I go intangible. Turn on my X-rays.
Illustra and Sophia, you are the first to notice. Well, Felix, you will notice very quickly as well. But this skeleton over here is moving. Guy over here.
Gotta move her.
Felix, you also begin to notice these skeletons stirring.
I think my fox paws are going to be too small for this. Time to return to my human form and start stomping some bones.
As you are all have plenty of warning that something is going on, and you see skeletons shambling towards you from both directions. You all get to roll initiative with one free round before they get to you. I will just put in your characters and
It's an 11.
Plus 6 to initiative because of your sixth sense. So go ahead and do one. Roll 1d20. Plus 6.
Just a minute, and Illustra over here. And I need my 3. And
I'm guessing these skeletons got out of their rib cage.
Badumch. Have you all added your bonus? Remy, don't you have a bonus to initiative?
Yes, I added. So I have a 16 total.
16 total, cool. And the rest of you have added. By the way, just you already added your sixth sense. Good. I don't need to remind you of that. An 11 for chance.
Do they have a phony bone?
They have
You can make them laugh.
all sorts of fun boats. And
I mean, they can't really talk about having a funny bone. They just don't have the guts.
which of the roles are for Demetrius and which of them are for Sophia?
I was going to tell them, but I didn't want to break their heart.
Oh, it's a +6, of course, from Sophia. Never mind. And 11.
Good luck, everybody. Break a leg. One arm.
Right. Well, we'll take it from Illustra. You are first. You see this shambling skeleton moving towards you. It doesn't look cute at all.
I bet if we stack them all together, they'll weigh a skeleton.
Well,
A sight for sore bones.
I'm gonna react out of panic and activate my new ability of telekinetic accelerated attack, and just kind of like, whoa!
Ooh. Give me a strike roll.
All right. Oh, wait, do I get 4? 12.
That does hit, and it doesn't look like it's sentient enough to actually be dodging. So you see the skeleton being moved further into parts of this door, breaking some of the bones, and it kind of lies down. It does begin to move again a few seconds later.
Well, this actually does damage.
Oh, well.
I mean, unless it's like
If it's MDC, you did destroy it basically, but it does regenerate.
oh, okay.
But if it's MDC, you don't need to roll. It just gets crushed.
Yeah.
And just reassembles. So, Sophia, you see this happening?
We need to exercise these things.
Exorcism.
Exorcism.
I think we need to feed them. They're all bones.
I do believe exorcism is a ritual and takes more than a combat round, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes, I believe so.
Is that in the main book?
Okay, so
Yeah, I think so.
Is it a magic spell?
It's a psionic power. Yeah. Sensitive, I think.
You can fall back and do it.
It's not a sensitive. Could be a super.
I think it's normal. Maybe it's a healing power.
if not, put this around both of them. Traps them. At a man-sized bubble, so they can't get out. They can't really do anything to us. Don't need to. They're trapped. That's also something you have to sit down and.
Yep, it's a healing power.
Oh, there it is.
165.
Yep, I totally stared at it like 17 times and went right past it. Okay.
But yeah, what do you do, Sophia?
Put a force field around them
Instead.
instead.
The skeletons? Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. You can make a bubble around the
Oh, there
two
we
you
go.
can see emerging there.
I died for a second.
They are now within a bubble. I will draw a bubble. A bubble. So, that gets us to Rembrandt.
What are these guys doing in the other room?
You do hear scrambling from that room as well.
So I look with my X-rays. Are
Well,
they
close the
are they moving around a bit?
Yeah, they are also shambling towards the door, you see.
Close the door.
Sorry.
Who knows chance?
Full door. Full door. Full door.
Okay. well, I tried this before, but this is bones. I'm wondering if I can walk through her bubble, drop some C4, and then continue to walk out.
Yeah. You did it pretty well last time, and this time it's pretty slow enemies, even slower than the zombies. So yeah, give me a strike roll for just timing it.
All right.
Oh my God, I can't see this. It's driving me.
Well, it is a hit, but again, not. You have to refine this technique. You're getting there.
I have
getting closer.
I have a strike bonus though, right?
Oh, of course. Sorry.
My strike bonus is 7, I believe.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah, you definitely drop it right at the moment that you are not within grasp of the skeletons and get out of the bubble again. And you all see a blast within the bubble, and you see a lot of skeleton parts that is slowly jiggling and trying to move towards each other. It does seem like you've delayed the process quite a lot.
Guys, these things don't seem like they want to stay dead.
You know, something they're very stubborn that way. So, Felix and Demetrius, you are both at 11. Let's start with Demetrius. He rarely gets to be first. Sorry?
Oh, missed one.
No.
But yeah, what do you do, Chance? Yep, do me a strike roll.
You get the
Well, you do hit, and you do knock the head off. Don't polarize it because it's not that good of a hit. But it does fall back and tries to get up while the skull is rolling a bit towards the body once again. So, Demetrius.
These attacks don't seem to be very useful. I'm going to try a different route. I'm going to detach the head from the body and basically roll it back down the hallway. Therefore, trying to detach away from the body and head. Maybe whatever's controlling both will not be able to reattach them.
So you go over here and try to pull off the head of one of these?
Yes.
Do me a strike roll. Oh,
There we go.
well, you definitely pull one of these heads off and throw it like a bowling ball down a lane, passing Sophia and Illustra.
Does the body drop?
Yes, it does drop. It does twitch a bit, and you do see the the head stop and try to roll back. But it will, again, take a while. It does seem like a somewhat good delaying tactic.
So the body hit the floor?
And the body did hit the floor. Which brings us back to the top, but this time I'm gonna roll for the skeletons because now some of them are near enough to actually do stuff. They are very slow, which is very fitting. So, Illustra.
I think I caught that.
Oh, sorry, working on a technical difficulty here. Let's see. All right,
Yeah, your picture's frozen.
so he threw a head down at us. Is that what happened?
Yeah, you see a head rolling past you. And rolling back towards, well, you at this point.
I'm gonna kick it back down the hallway towards the other ones.
Yes, give me a strike roll. Give me a strike roll.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Oh, that's not a strike
That's
roll.
a strike roll.
That's a strike roll. Good. You kick the skull into the bubble, and it gets a crack, and it falls down to the floor and slowly regenerates, but doesn't wiggle around right now. So, Sophia, aww, summons a dog, apparently. We have some technical issues with cameras. We are trying to fix it, but yeah, Sophia, what do you want to do?
Can I see? Can I do a diagnosis on them? A side diagnosis? Does that work?
I would rather see aura on them to see what's possessing them or what's moving them, and then maybe we can get an idea of what the weakness is. Aura will give you more information spiritually.
Oh, for the robots.
No, they're not robots. They're just skeletons.
Oh. I do see aura then.
Okay. You notice that the skeletons themselves have no aura. You do notice magic animating them. You probably know how to recognize necromancy, and this is most definitely necromancy of a quite high grade, you would say. It all connects back into the end of the map, where you don't see anything yet, above from where Demetrius and Felix is fighting. Up here. But yes, you do notice this. Do you communicate this to your friends?
Yeah, I'm back up and running. Yay!
Yes.
Cool. Well, that
we
gets us to... Whoa, sorry?
I was just responding. Demetrius would probably say, well, then we need to head towards the source because we're not getting anywhere with the skeleton.
Fair enough. This also gets passed on. So, Remy.
Hmm.
You are muted.
Yeah, I was just looking on the map and trying to see if there's anything I can do. Now I'm over here, right? I'm pinging on the map. Am I over here?
Yeah, you're like at the door.
No. Oh yeah, you passed all through all that. Yes, you are over there by now. Yes, true.
Right. And now you said all of these got exploded with the C4.
Yeah, the ones within the bubble, which are these two. This one here. Oh, I'm just moving a bit closer towards you. Is still intact, and this one here is trying to move towards the door.
Now, when he took the head off and threw it, did it keep the skeleton from reforming?
It does seem like it at least delayed them. Yes.
Okay. So since these were blown up, can I pick up their heads?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. So I guess since I'm over here, I phased, right? I want to go here while I'm intangible, and then I'll become tangible to pick up the heads and
Yeah.
see if I can like throw this guy off. That work?
Throw him off? What do you mean throw him off?
Well, he's out of the bubble, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I just negate them all together, right? I just want to get on this side and pick up their heads.
Oh yeah, you could do that without getting attacked. It shouldn't be a problem.
Actually-
Again, they're very slow, so...
Actually, scratch that, right? Because if he's the only one standing, then he's the only... Let me deal with him, and then I can go collect them.
Yeah.
So,
So what do you...
well, I have my phaser, my rifle, my 46, right? So I guess I want to
Mhm.
strike him. Can I like put it right up to the necks and just blast him?
Yeah,
Point blank range.
sure. No problem.
Throw a strike.
Do me a strike roll to make sure you don't do a critical fail. Well, and that's... It is very much blasted apart. Not only the skull is blasted apart, but the upper torso and the shoulder blades are completely pulverized. The body does fall to the floor and does begin to twitch, but you have a feeling it'll take it quite some time to regenerate that.
And then I want to encourage that by taking away their heads, taking away their legs, taking away their, on all of them, and just have a little field day in a corner, smashing them in the ground.
You begin smashing body parts. Yeah, cool. I'm totally cool with that.
Legs, arms, heads.
Yeah. Well, then we get to Demetrius.
Oh, I'm gonna head for the source,
Yes.
which is through that doorway. Am I right? It's this doorway here.
Up here. Yes.
Yeah,
Up
so
here.
that's where I'm gonna head, and I'm gonna call to whoever can follow me. We need to get to the source. We need to, kill whoever is, or stop whoever is commanding these things, because we're just wasting time with them.
Well, with your movement, you can reach inside if you want to.
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go into the room, Demetrius?
Sure.
Cool. Then I'll reveal the room so you can see what happens. And whoa, wrong button. You see a hovering creature. I'll just shift away from this wonderful map I built to show you a picture of something quite different. This is what you see before you. It turns at you and snarls and says, "Flesh, feed."
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
I'm gonna guess you're a Wendigo.
This is a very good guess. I just quickly wanna ask, Felix, are you following him? You are at the same initiative. Do you also want to get in that room?
Well, I would, but there's a fun joke that I want to make. I would, but there's a funny I want to make first. You see, I think we now have a cargo net just dropped from the ceiling at us, maybe rattled out or something. And it's time to put some of these skeletons in bondage.
You look around and do see that above one of these big terminals, somebody left their bag. Inconsiderate people, really. And you pull it down, and a great big cargo net surrounds the skeleton, so you can just dodge and weave around and follow Demetrius, if you so wish.
Well, I was going to put it on the skeletons to keep them from being able to get to us from behind.
Oh yes, that is what
Yeah.
I mean, that they are now going inside the net.
Yes.
If you do want to do that.
And then move in there where the Wendigo is, because I've got to get much honor to behead after I died time before last. Almost. I need to rebuild some honor.
And there was also a redemption from Felix Feldfinger.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. 2 from the Felix.
Thanks, the other Felix. But as you get in there and also see this creature and snarls at you both, is where we'll stop for today.
All right. Well, I want to thank all the players and, of course, the GM for putting the session together and keeping with it. And, of course, our audience for participation. It's always good to get audience participation when we're doing these. Let's see if I can find a raid real quick. That looks pretty good. All right, cool. So
net profit.
So if you enjoyed the campaign and you're joining us for the first time, please hit the follow button down at the bottom right hand corner. And stay tuned. Tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, we are doing Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition Tomb of Annihilation. And then Monday, we'll be back for the continuation of our Star Trek crew in the USS Norway. 8:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday, we will be back for the continuation of the Ruby Fabled campaign, which is also 8:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then Star Wars will return next week, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And then we'll be back again. Actually, next week we won't be back. We will be absent. So we'll be back in 2 weeks here on Saturday. For the continuation of our battle with the Wendigo. And then, of course, Tuesday...
I need to swing my hair, so...
Tuesday night, Billy F. and Wildstar is going to be doing another Slasta campaign. So you can tune into that. Usually it starts around 9 o'clock. Goes to about 11, so... and then please join us in the raid and support tabletop role-playing streaming. We're gonna raid Vorpal Tales. So be kind and only slightly obnoxious enough to let them know that we came. So see everybody next time.